So let's jump right into this explainer. When you hear the word Germany, what's the very first thing that pops into your head?
For most of us, it's totally a standard checklist, right? Beer, ridiculously well-engineered cars, maybe some World War history.
Exactly. But today we are going to completely blow up that baseline assumption. We're looking at a country that honestly quietly invented half the modern world, right under our collective noses. Seriously, when we were pulling the research together for this, my mind was absolutely blown. It's wild. You've got the total cliches on one side, the stuff literally everyone knows.
Right, but then there's the actual reality. Germany is responsible for just an astonishing number of things we use every single day of our lives.
We're going to hit you with these as a series of rapid-fire reveals because the sheer volume of hidden history here is completely staggering. Section 1. Beyond beer in cars. The everyday impact. Let's see just how much this country has shaped your daily routine. Okay, the scale of this is just crazy to me. Obviously, you've got the printing press, which basically revolutionized all of human knowledge, sure, and the car engine and jet engine completely changing how humans travel across the globe. But then it gets into the everyday stuff. Aspirin for your headaches? Germany. MP3 technology that literally changed the entire music industry? Also Germany. And the LCD screen you are probably looking at right this very second. It's not just one or two big historical things, it's the absolute foundational tech of our modern lives.
And this next one brilliantly shows how necessity breeds invention. You know Fanta, right? The bright orange soda?
Yeah, definitely a classic.
Well, Fanta was actually invented in Germany during World War II. Because of the war, the standard ingredients to make Coca-Cola became totally unavailable there.
Wait, so they just had to figure out a brand new beverage with whatever leftovers they actually had lying around?
Exactly. They mashed together the available ingredients and boom, Fanta was born out of pure necessity.
Section 2. Freedom and the fast lane. Rules of the road and jail. Let's pivot to their highly unique and honestly kind of contradictory approach to rules.
Okay, let me pose a question directly to you watching right now. Is it illegal to escape from prison?
I mean, I'll give everyone a second to think about what the painfully obvious answer should be.
So the answer is actually no, not in Germany.
I still can't get over this. The German legal system recognizes the desire for freedom as a basic, undeniable human instinct. Because it's literally human nature to want to be free, breaking out of prison is not, in and of itself, a crime.
Which is fascinating. You only get punished for actual crimes you commit while you're on the run. So like if you steal a getaway car or break a window, but the act of escaping? Totally legal.
And speaking of this wild contrast in how they handle rules and freedom, let's talk about the Autobahn. There are sections of this highway with absolutely no official speed limit. You can casually drive 200 kilometers per hour, and it's perfectly legal. Ultimate freedom.
Right, but then on the flip side of that freedom, look at their waste management. They recycle an unbelievable 70% of their waste. They are one of the absolute strictest world-leading nations when it comes to recycling.
Total unbridled freedom on the highway, but absolute rigid discipline in the trash bin.
Section 3. Castles and kitchen sinks. Living the German way. Let's look at the highly specific and, let's be real, pretty strange quirks of German real estate.
Okay, if you ever plan to rent an apartment in Germany, you absolutely need to know this. Kitchens are considered personal property. They are not part of the building.
It's so true. When someone moves out, they literally pack up all the cabinets, they unplug the oven.
And yes, they will pack up the actual kitchen sink and take it with them. You are very often renting an entirely bare, empty room.
So, from completely empty kitchens to absolute grandeur, check out this number, 20,000. Germany has more castles than almost any other country on Earth. Over 20,000 of them. And we're not just talking about massive tourist traps. Tons of these are just quietly hidden away in deep forests or perched right above tiny little villages.
And those castles have heavily shaped global pop culture. Take the incredible Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria.
Right. That specific castle was the direct inspiration for Walt Disney's iconic Sleeping Beauty castle. The quintessential magical fairy tale image we literally all grew up with is basically just standard German real estate.
Section 4. The truth about German food more than just October. Time for a rapid-fire myth-busting session on their world-famous food and drink culture.
First up, the absolute biggest festival of them all, Oktoberfest. It draws a massive 6 million visitors to Munich alone. But here is the totally ironic twist. The world's most famous Oktober festival doesn't actually happen in October. It mostly takes place in late September and just wraps up in early October.
And while those 6 million people are drinking all that beer, in Bavaria they are technically eating.
Oh, yeah. Down in the southern state of Bavaria,
beer is legally classified as a food. This actually dates all the way back to fasting monks. Since they weren't allowed to eat solid meals during fasting periods, they just drank heavy beer to sustain themselves, and they called it liquid bread. And that glorious legal loophole just stuck forever.
But listen, they don't just drink their bread. They bake it with absolute obsession. 3,000.
That is the staggering number of officially registered varieties of German bread. 3,000. They take bread way more seriously than almost anyone else on the planet.
So seriously, in fact, that their entire bread culture has been elevated to an official UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. It's not just a quick sandwich for lunch, it is a globally recognized, intensely protected craft.
Section 5. Bad luck in jelly donuts, cultural quirks and mishaps. Moving into some strict cultural superstitions and a really famous historical blunder.
All right, if you have a German friend, you absolutely need to know this rule. Wishing someone a happy birthday before their actual birthday is considered seriously bad luck.
Oh, it's a massive faux pas. Even if you are just a couple of hours early, do not do it. You have to wait until midnight strikes, or you're practically throwing a curse on them.
Let's pivot from birthdays to a huge moment in global history. It's 1963. The Cold War is at its absolute peak.
President John F. Kennedy is standing before a massive, tense crowd in West Berlin, and he delivers this incredibly iconic quote, Ich bin ein Berliner. I am a Berliner. It was meant as this powerful statement of solidarity.
But, technically, the linguistics are kind of hilarious. The word Berliner is also the everyday word for a super popular German pastry. So grammatically speaking, he basically announced to the entire world, I am a jelly donut. Now, the crowd completely understood what he meant, but linguists and historians have literally never stopped talking about the great pastry translation of 1963.
Section 6. Precision, quirks, and impact. The bigger picture. Let's pull all these amazing reveals together.
Just think about the rapid journey we just took. We started out with the basic cliché of beer and cars.
Post 1.
But we actually found a country with no speed limit highways sitting right next to world-leading recycling programs.
A place with 20,000 hidden castles, where people literally pack up their kitchen sinks when they move to a new apartment.
Where brilliant monks turned beer into food, and where quiet, incredible engineering gave us the printing press, aspirin, and the very screens we use every single day.
So we really have to reframe how we view this country. And we want to leave you with this question. From moving kitchen sinks to world-changing tech, what redefined your view of Germany today? We hope this explainer was as fun for you as it was for us. When you really look at it, Germany truly is a country of precision, quirks, and world-changing inventions. Catch you on the next one.